Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome and welcome back to Masjid New Africa Center for Human Development's Sunday Public Address and Tiling. Today, we have our dear brother Mustafa Abdul Rahman returning and joining us. Um, just a little bit about Brother Mustafa. Once again, he's a tireless worker in the community. That's the one thing. There are many things to describe about him, but he's a tireless worker, always moving around, always making things happen. So we appreciate you and your strong dedication to the religion and the community, inshallah. So without further ado, I present to everyone and reintroduce to others Brother Mustafa Abdul Rahman. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. And thank you again, Sister Latifa, for the beautiful introduction. And I want to say thank you to Imam Tari and the community of the Masjid of New Africa. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bi hamdika wa tabarakas muka wa ta'alazaduka wa laid hagaruk. And that's translated as highly glorified to you, O Allah. And thine is the praise, and blessed is your name, and exalted is your majesty. And there's nothing worthy of worship besides you. This today, which is a pleasure to be presenting, as usual, it's always a pleasure when I can present to the community, those that are there at the masjid and those that are online. I just want to greet you again with Assalamu alaikum. And as usual, we'll open up with our normal greeting. Udu, I seek refuge. Bilahi, with the Creator. Minash, from Shaitanir Rajim, which is Satan or the devil, who is the enemy. Now, he's not the enemy to God, he's the enemy to man. And that's a misconception a lot of people get when we speak of the devil. We want to think that he's an enemy to God, but God created the devil. And so he lost his way when Allah told the angels and the devil, Shaitan, that he was about to create another creation. And so that's when he lost his way. So he was very jealous of man, us. So this is where all our problems begin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladina an'amta alayhim. Qadril makdubi alayhim waladdallin. Ameen. And that is to say, all praises is due to Allah, the guardian, evolver, the cherisher, and sustainer of the systems of knowledge. The merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer, master of the day of judgment. Thee do we worship, and in thine aid we seek. Show us the straight way, the way of those on whom thou hast bestowed thy grace, not those who have invoked your anger, nor those who go astray. Amen. And I want to apologize for the late start. It was truly on me. I didn't actually test my computer beforehand, so I'm actually on my wife's computer because mine is actually restarting, and so it wouldn't connect to the cameras. That is kind of crazy because I am in the computer industry, but that happens every now and then. It'll get to us. So I'm going to see if I can share my screen so I can bring up my presentation that I want to give today. And I believe you'll have to put that into the studio. Perfect. Now let's see if we can get this lowered up here. Let's get this going where I can blow it up. Okay. I know it. Let's see if y'all can see that. Can everybody see that? Okay, so my topic today is going to be dealing with Ramadan, which is a reconnecting to the Creator. That was my topic. Because we're in Ramadan. Ramadan is a special time for Muslims. It's a time that we kind of get recentered. It's a time that if we created some bad habits, we can kind of get those back going, get those back straight, and get those based on what Allah has given us in the book of CASHAPP Quran, the book of the Quran. And of course, in this month, the Quran was actually sent down to Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May the peace be upon our prophet. And so we read the Quran, a piece, 30th of it, a part of it, each day. So it was a lot of information going through my head as to trying to figure out what I wanted, how I wanted to deal with just sharing some information with the believers that are online or there at the masjid and those that are just tuning in online. Now, whether you're a Muslim or not, you can always understand that Allah, who is our creator, created our whole platform. He created the human being. So that's everybody. And he is definitely understood by everyone. Okay, let's see if we can go to my next one here. It went too fast. Okay. So this ayah that I have up here is one of my favorites, and it's really dealing with, well, let's just read it first of all.
Brother Mustafa,
Yes.
can you change the format to how you had it before?
To
make it larger. To make it larger.
Okay, let's see how did I have it here. Okay, does this work?
No. It's very hard to see.
It is hard to see.
Yes, sir. Initially, when you brought the when you shared your screen, you had it.
Okay, let's
see. You had it turned.
Okay, let's see something here. Let me stop sharing this for a minute. Okay, so let's see if we can bring this back up. We want to share it again. Okay. Let's see. Is that still too small? Is that still too small?
Yes, sir. It is. You had the screen turned horizontal.
Oh. Okay. Let's slide this back over then. Is that better? No. Okay, I may not be able to use this PowerPoint. I'll just go on with the.
Well, you had it before. So I guess if you want to try it one more time, if we share your screen and then have it horizontal as opposed to vertical, because it flashed up horizontally. And I think with it horizontal, the font will be larger.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, so we'll leave it there. Okay, now share it from this screen then. Okay. Now, is that any better?
It's a little better, I think. Can you change the format of the page, though? You had it flashed up. Yeah, well, maybe that. And if not, we'll just go ahead and proceed. And
Yeah, I'm about to proceed.
But you're gonna, yeah.
But
if you change the direction of the page, it would work.
Okay. Yeah, her monitor is sitting straight up. So let me just not use it so that I can get through this.
Okay.
I'm on a different computer.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Whatever you feel comfortable with.
Okay. Sorry, audience. So I'm gonna move on since I got on a different computer. So right now, I'm gonna go on and read this ayat. Bring this back over. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله يجعل لهم فرقانا ويكفر عنكم سيئاتكم ويغفر لكم وله الفضل العظيم. So what is that? That is translated as, "O you who believe, if you fear Allah, He will grant you a criteria to judge between right and wrong. Remove from you all evil that may afflict you, and forgive you. For Allah is the Lord of grace, unbounded." Sadaqallahu Adim, sure Allah reveals the truth. In Islam, we have what we call 3 assuras. And assura only means 10, the number 10. And in that, when we say 3 assuras, the first assura that we just finished, because this is day 13 for some, and maybe day 14 for others. But in our first 10 days, it was the days of mercy. And Allah is so generous, and He's so conscious and loving of our Islamic community and the Muslims and the humanity, that He shows us mercy when we are trying to begin our fast. And so if we slip, because we've created some habits, you got habits going on that you've been dealing with for 11 months. So sometimes you kind of forget, especially if you're cooking or something, you throw something in your mouth, you're like, oh, wait a minute, I'm fasting. So you just spit it out. So basically, He shows us mercy for 10 days so that we can get our fast back on track, get our fast in order so that we can be successful. Now we're in our second ashara, which is the second 10 days, which are the days of forgiveness. And there is a Quranic ayah that says, "I seek forgiveness from Allah, my Lord, from every sin I may have committed." Now, these can be minor sins, they can be major sins. But the only sin that Allah will not forgive is when you associate partners. with him. Any other sin, Allah will forgive, as long as we come with a sincere heart to ask for that forgiveness. And the third Ashara, which is the days of seeking refuge. So, that refuge would be, oh Allah, save me from the hellfire. So we're going to seek refuge from the hellfire. This is dealing with the judgment day. Now, all of those that are there at the masjid or online, you have to believe in the hereafter. If you believe in the hereafter, then you know that there's something coming after this life. And so all of the spiritual schools, whatever religion it may be, all of the religious bodies believe in life after death. So you're living for a purpose. You're living for a reason. You're not just here haphazardly, just, wondering, if I just do this, there's nothing going to happen to me. This is why I love the Quran, because it's not only just a book of telling us how Allah has dealt with the human since he's blessed that creation, to come to earth. And he sent his messengers, to continue to give us guidance when we fell off. So this always gives us that hope that we can do better. And inshallah, with these three ashras, it helps us to kind of put everything back in perspective after a long journey. And we look forward to Ramadan. And now we're in the second 10 days, 13 day, 14 day of worshiping Allah. So alhamdulillah. That being said, Ramadan is the fourth pillar. So what other, and there are 5 pillars in Islam. We have the Shahadatain, which is the declaration of faith. This is when we, give our sincere, honest belief in witnessing that Allah is the one God. So in doing that, we have already did our research, and we have made our minds up, and our hearts and soul, our heart are content that we are making the right decision. So we do the Shahadatain. We make that declaration. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. I bear witness that there is nothing in the creation to be worshipped, and Allah is the only true God. He's one. And Muhammad, I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah and the seal of the prophets. Now, that being said, it's very unique how that's put together, because it keeps us from making the same mistake as some of the other religions have made by worshiping that prophet that came to bring that message to them. It states right there that Allah is the one to worship, and the messenger is the messenger. He just brought the message to humanity. So right when it starts out, it's telling you to keep them both separated. So alhamdulillah. Now for the Muslim, after that point, he learns his prayers, and he begins down the journey of praying to the Creator to help them, to grow them, to ask for that support for them. And he seeks that support with the brothers and the sisters that they come in contact with, mainly at the masjid and mainly in the life of the Muslim. So they pray 5 times a day, I myself as well. And they start out with the Fajr prayer, which is dawn. Then the next prayer would be the Dhuhr prayer, which is that midday prayer after the sun has crossed over the zenith. Then the third prayer would be the Asr prayer, which is the late part of the afternoon. The fourth prayer would be the Maghrib prayer, which is the sunset prayer, when the sun is just dropping off the horizon. And the last prayer, the fifth prayer, would be the Isha prayer. And that's after sunset, between sunset and midnight for the Isha prayer. And so once you begin to get into that ritual, you begin that habit, and your body would say, hey, I'm supposed to be doing something. And you pretty much, as they say, habits, it take 30 days to create the habit. That habit would be created as long as you follow and listen to your soul, because it will speak to you. That third pillar is zakat, which is our obligatory charity, or what we call almsgiving, that we do charity. And we also have what we call the almsgiving, where we give, a percentage of what we make after everything is taken care of. You don't give if you don't have it. You don't not pay something in order to give. So there's a lot of logic in the Quran that, you must take care of yourself and your family. The fourth pillar, which I was speaking on, is the Ramadan. And Ramadan is it's not the name of the fast. Ramadan is a month within the Islamic calendar that's based on the lunar calendar. And that lunar calendar is based on how the moon sets. And that's usually consists of 29 or 30 days. Now, the calendar that we follow here in America is called the Gregorian calendar. So it would have 30 to 31 days. Just only in February, we'll have 28 to 29 days. So it's not as consistent as the lunar calendar. So that's what we follow as Muslims, is the lunar calendar. And it does consist of 29 or 30 days. So our fast consists of 29 or 30 days based on the sighting of the moon at the end of the month or the beginning of the month. And the last pillar would be the Hajj, which is the pilgrimage to the holy city of Mecca. Only once in a lifetime. You can go as many times as you can afford, but as long as you have the means to go, then you are able to go. But it's only obligatory once in a lifetime. So what is Ramadan? That's why I hate I couldn't show these up, because they would have been a little too small, but that's fine. Why is it called Ramadan? The word Ramadan comes from the word Ramat, which literally means burning. And from our scholar Imam Qurtubi, said it was named Ramadan because it burns the sins of people with good deeds. Now, what is meant by that? Because a lot of people with good deeds, they slip, they make mistakes, they are not perfect. So it kind of puts them in a situation to where they can get rid of that, the things that they may have, not understood, or they may have done unintentionally. And so when that happens, then they those things that are not sort of it gives them a great feeling to know that they didn't really do anything that was harmful or hurtful to someone. So Allah blesses them with this month to kind of clean themselves up. And so hopefully we can all take advantage of this blessed month for our spiritual healing and growth. Now, I want to also say that out of all of the things that we do, we are individually responsible for correcting them, except fasting. Allah grants the success of the fast and the reward to that individual that does fast, because there's nobody that can tell you if you're fasting or not. That is something that's between you and your Lord, you and Allah, you and the Creator. So this is why he said fasting, is for him to give those benefits. Because again, you can be around people and they'll never know if you ate something. They'll never know if you drank anything. So this Ramadan fast is really designed for us to be honest with ourselves and not try to, play those games. Because he knows, he sees all. Alhamdulillah. So our Imam W.D. Muhammad, that Rahim Allahi alayh, when he was teaching our community about Islam and bringing us over to Orthodox Islam, as they say, but Islam proper. He put out what Ramadan is for our community, for the African American community, or the Muslims that were in America at that time. And he basically was saying, Ramadan Mubarak. Ramadan is always a month that brings special blessings to us. We get special blessings in the month of Ramadan for our intentions. Even if we are unable because of health or some other condition to fast the month. If our spirit and heart is with it, then we discipline ourselves as much as we can in this month of Ramadan. And Allah rewards us for that. I've never experienced a month of Ramadan that I wasn't made aware that I was receiving special blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the definition and the expression of our Imam, our beloved Imam, W.D. Muhammad, as the question was asked, what is Ramadan? And may Allah have mercy on his soul and grant him the highest station in paradise. So as I begin to come to an end of this, I like to always give something that we can do. And I'm very, very, encouraging to say, hey, continue to volunteer at your local masjids or your church, because the human being has to be a creature of service. And this kind of takes the stingy attitude from you. If you can, do some things of service or give you some of your time that you can give, because everybody may not have the money, but they can give some of the time. So it kind of shows you and gives you that ability to be charitable. And Ramadan is really the time that we definitely make sure that we give a lot of charity, because everything is multiplied. If you're looking for the rewards, or you want those rewards, or you want those benefits from Allah, you want to be in the best state that you can be in by being first and foremost in your act of service. And you can do that at your local masjids. You can do that at your local churches. And along with that, you can also volunteer at any of your grassroots organizations. Masjid New Africa definitely can use your assistance. You can go to after school programs and volunteer. You can even do something like reading programs to students. That's very popular. You can also reach out to a pioneer, or a senior citizen in assisting in their needs. All of these are active services that you can do. And it would be very beneficial to do it, in this month of Ramadan, because everything is multiplied. Your deeds are multiplied, 10 times, 20 times, 30 times over. So lastly, I can't really overemphasize this. Now I would ask for those that have children, teach your children to pray. So if their hearts feel heavy, they can go to Allah, they can go to God, and not the world, because they'll never be let down. Plus, they'll be turning to something that's greater than themselves. That is a lot of times missing. We know they've already stripped it out of school, so they can't pray. They've stripped it out of most of your functions and events. You can't pray. So teach it to your children. Let them individually learn that, there's something greater and bigger than me. And so it begins that process of rebuilding, because life is a cycle. And it's like a circle. You know, what goes around comes around. You know, if you've seen it once, you know, you'll see it again. And a lot of times, you know, I've heard the term about deja vu. Look, I think I've seen this before. So there's nothing new under the sun, as they say. So there's nothing really new in the earth. Allah has put everything here for mankind to benefit from. All we have to do is discover it, or rediscover it, or continue to discover it, and it will turn and help our lives a lot. So I'm going to close with this dua. It's a beautiful dua. And the dua goes, Ya Rab, grant me the love for Quran, the strength and good health for Salat, the desire for zikr, true love for our beloved Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and his sunnah. Ya Rab, grant me death with Iman, a legacy of pious children and good deeds. Ya Rab, grant me freedom from my death, wealth to share with the poor, good health to assist the needy, long life to fulfill my purpose. And Ya Rab, at the end of my life, grant me a copper, like a garden of paradise. Grant me safety from Jahannam, which is hell, and grant me the highest place of Jannatul Firdaus, and reunite me with the Muhammad loved ones, my family members, my mom, my friends, honest friends, and most importantly, Ya Rab, grant me my family and friends better than what I ask for myself. I mean, so I'm going to close with that. Sorry about the delay in my PowerPoint, but I've jumped on another computer, so I would make sure next time that I have all of this taken care of prior to going online. So thank you all for the giving me the time to talk. And if there was anything beneficial that you gained from my Ramadan presentation, alhamdulillah. If there was anything that was confusing or doubtful, was a mistake, it was all my fault. And I ask Allah for forgiveness in putting it out wrong. You all have a great day. Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak, Brother Mustafa. Thank you so very much. You know, again, you know, things happen. You know, we plan, and Allah plans, and Allah is the blessed of planners. You know, we started just a tad bit late, but again, things happen and all is well. Your presentation went on, so alhamdulillah. And also we want to, and with that, you know, Brother Mustafa, we want to thank you again for the various reminders and the benefits and the blessings that you gave us surrounding, you know, to include the examples you gave of acts of service, you know, so thank you, and we appreciate that. Yeah, that again, the show must go on. I mean, so I don't see any questions. I do see our other dear brother, Brother Tyler Thomas. He says, Ameen. Yes, sir. And also, beautiful. Again, he reiterated, we're on the same page. Beautiful reminder and the dua. Yeah, Brother Mustafa, that dua was beautiful. Alhamdulillah. You're going to have to share it with us. Maybe you can post it on the page, inshallah, or cut and paste or copy or something.
Let me see something. Let's see if I can do it right quick.
Okay, inshallah. Inshallah.
See if it'll go in here.
Well, you don't have to do it right now, inshallah. Oh. Do it right afterwards. Yes.
Okay.
Inshallah. All right, then. Well, again, we thank you again, Brother Mustafa, for the reminders. We appreciate your diligence and your hard work. Inshallah, may He continue to bless you
And I have one other thing.
Yes,
This
sir.
shirt has what it says. Oh, I didn't change the thing on this one. Let's see if I can mirror this. Oh, it's already mirrored. Let me unmirror. Let's see if it'll work. Okay. This says push.
Mm-hmm.
And what that means is pray until something happens. So
Yes, sir.
so that's another piece of advice,
Yes.
suggestion. Just keep praying. Something's gonna happen. Inshallah.
Inshallah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have our dear Imam. He says, MashaAllah. Thank you for the informative presentation. May Allah reward you and bless you, my brother.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. All right, then, Brother
Thanks,
Mustafa,
Latifah.
again, thank you for
All
joining us again. Thank you for the reminders. We appreciate you. And if our listening audience and those in person, inshallah, will stay tuned for a few brief announcements. So with that, Brother Mustafa, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
And once again, we'd like to thank Brother Mustafa for his beautiful presentation and reminders. We'd also like to remind you to join us every Sunday at 12:30 Central Standard Time, 1:30 on the East Coast, and wherever you are in the world, please join us. Also on Sunday for our Thaileen every Sunday at 12:30 and every Friday at 1:30 for our Jummah prayer. And our physical location is Masjid New Africa at 7610 Highway 6 in Hitchcock, Texas. And the zip code is 77563. We'd like to say we're always so grateful and thankful for any and all donations. And as Brother Mustafa reminded us, our deeds, our charity, our giving are multiplied, inshallah, many times during the blessed month of Ramadan. So we appreciate again your donations. We ask that you continue if you are able to. And you can make those donations to paypal.me/MasjidNewAfrica, $MasjidNewAfrica on CASHAPP. You can mail in again that payment at 7610 Highway 6, Hitchcock, Texas, 77563. And again, we are 501c3. And as Imam Tyree reminds us, please look for the colorful logo when you're making the donation through Cash App. Okay. We had our brother Anthony join us in there, and his comment, let me get back to it, inshallah. It says, Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Mubarak. Ramadan Mubarak. Brother Anthony, thank you. We also, our Southwest Conference is coming up. And it's the Islamic Center for Human Excellence presents the 2024 Southwest Sectional Conference to be held in Little Rock, Arkansas. That is next month, April 26th through the 28th. So please go to their Facebook page for further information and contact information. And again, it's the Islamic Center for Human Excellence on Facebook, inshallah. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We appreciate it that you took the time out to join us today, inshallah, and you'll join us again soon. On behalf of Masjid New Africa Center for Human Development, our resident Imam, Imam Tyree El-Amin Boyd, the believers in the community, we'd like to say Assalamu alaikum and Ramadan Mubarak.